Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Let's get this going. Get some people in here. Come on. There we go. Get it out a little bit. Good morning, Chainbreakers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Laura. Glad to have you in here already. Good morning, Angie. Glad you're here too. Hey, I just wanted to take some time this week to talk about what a special week this is. Let me get this refocused so you're not looking up my nose. So, good morning, guys. This is a very, very special week. And this week is going to be a little bit different than most because of the Thanksgiving holiday. What we're going to do this week, we'll have shows this week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I'm going to focus this weekend on my home and my family and just some things that I need to do for me. So there will be no show Thursday or Friday. For those of you who are with me for Brad Smith, the original Car Smith, for our Saturday morning sales meeting, that will take place. It is the last Saturday of the month, so it's hard to not be there for that. I will be there on Saturday, but I am going to take Thursday and Friday off. I'm going to take that as some time to really spend, excuse me, some time for this holiday. That's a lot of what I wanted to talk about today, too, because it is a very important holiday to focus on. And let's remember what this real focus is, because it really should be around finding our gratitude, finding what it is that we're truly thankful for. And I know that it really seems in a lot of families that come Friday morning, we have forgotten everything we're already thankful for, and man, we're going to get out there and knock everybody over to try to get to the thing that we want to buy that we don't have. So we kind of tend to lose sight of that a little bit. So I want to take a look in particular at what our focus should be this week. Morning, Nat. Sorry, I'm transitioning from one sentence right into the other. Glad you're here, Nat. It is a marvelous Monday, my brother. Glad to have you here. So what I want to take a focus at and look at truly is things to be grateful for. And I know that sometimes when I was a teenager in particular, we took time at Thanksgiving to kind of talk about what we were thankful for. And it seemed that a lot of people really had to struggle because some of it was easy platitudes. And it just seemed like a platitude because let's face it, as teenagers, we tend to take a lot of things for granted and we tend to forget what gratitude and gratefulness really means, right? So I want to talk about that because I know certainly as I get older, I take a lot more time to really recognize what is important to me and what I should be grateful for. You know, I am grateful without question for my God. And I am grateful for what he sacrificed and gave up for me. I am grateful for my church. Yesterday, I had a very unique experience. I've been serving for the last probably 6 months, working with our praise team at church. And at the last second yesterday, I got a text from our worship leader that he had the flu. And guess what? The mantle shifted, and I and one other person got to pick up and take over with worship at church yesterday. So it was really a unique change, but something that I was very blessed with. Kind of scrambled around because we had to put together some music that we weren't prepared to do. Had to try to find my vocal range to be able to do those songs because we weren't prepared for them. But it turned out to be a fantastic service, and hopefully it was a blessing to our congregation as much as it was to us out there just worshiping God. I am grateful without question for my wife. I have found a true treasure in my wife, and I am very grateful for her every single day. I am grateful for my family, my parents who in their 80s are both still with me, and I'm grateful for them. And unfortunately, I don't take enough time to really spend time with them. They're a little over an hour away, but it's not that far. And I should be spending more time with them while I still have time. I'm also grateful for my children and my stepchildren. wonderful, wonderful blessings in my life. I have 4 children of my own. My wife has 2. And between us, we have 4 grandchildren as well. And I'm grateful for every single member of my family. I'm grateful for my home, for my automobiles that, they're solid, they're dependable. I can count on them. I don't have to worry about whether I've got gas or fuel for my vehicles. I don't have to worry about them breaking down. And I've been there, my friends. I've been there worried about whether I could make it to my destination. I've been there where I was scrounging around underneath seats trying to find nickels and dimes and quarters to put gas in my car to get to the location that I needed to be. I've been there. I'm grateful for my pets, who I love to spend time with. And we had 4 earlier this year, and we have 2 today. 2 of our pets passed away this last year. But I'm grateful for the ones that we have. It's interesting how much their personalities and their dynamics have changed as the other 2 have left us. I'm grateful for technology and the technology that we have. It's amazing how dependent we are on some of these things until they're not around anymore. Jeremy, glad to have you here, my friend. I'm grateful for my career. I'm grateful for the people that I work with. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my health. I have been through some health scares several times. I've been in and out of the hospital. I've had difficulty with blood pressure. It has caused some real problems over a time period. But now in the last years now, I have been without health issues or any serious health issues, and I'm very, very grateful for that. You know, and there's a lot of times that I just take time to be grateful and for things during the day. Maybe it's time just to take my wife out and have a special date night, just the 2 of us. Sometimes that works well, sometimes it doesn't. We went out last Friday night, and we got a lot of interruptions all the way through it. But anyhow, to go on. But I want to take time to be grateful. Simply taking time sometimes for the shoes on our feet, right? We don't have holes in our shoes, and there are people that are well, let's just say they're not as fortunate. Some people don't even have feet, right? I am grateful for the health of my family. I am grateful for the fact that I don't have addictions in my immediate family, and I'm grateful for that. As I go off to be with family this weekend, and there are family, and I've spent time with different members of my family over my lifetime. It's been with my mother's family as we grew up. As in my adult years, it's kind of shifted around as family dynamics have shifted. But sometimes we need to take time to truly be grateful for our family. There's lots of us that have lost family members this last year. There's several of us that have gone through divorce in this last year, and those family dynamics have changed. Take time to be thankful for the family that you have, right? Take time to be grateful for the family that you're with. Take time to be grateful for Weird Uncle Harold, right? Who you kind of maybe dreaded a little bit, but he's here. He's maybe your wife, your aunt's husband, but you're grateful for the person that loves her so much. And maybe we need to take time to be grateful for that. There are things that we should all take time. Maybe we aren't as appreciative of the home we live in. But my friends, there's been times that I've slept on floors of friends' homes because I didn't know where my permanent residence was at the time. There are times that I have worried about, like I said, making it to my destination because I didn't have enough gas in my car. There are times that a lot of us get frustrated with our jobs, right? We get frustrated with our bosses or what we go through, but we don't take time to look back and think about how grateful we were to get that job in the first place. How many people have lost jobs going into the holidays, and now they don't necessarily know where the next paycheck's coming from? But we can be grateful for the fact that we've got security of where we are right now, or we've got security in our positions today. There's a lot of us whose companies that they work for have had difficulty and financial difficulty, and they've gone through layoffs. And there's others of us whose careers and whose companies they work for have continued to evolve and change and grow. I don't know where yours is, but I take time and I'm grateful for mine. There are times that we need to be grateful for the people that we work with. I know that there are times that I've worked with companies and had to work closely with people that were just cancers in our organization. And there are people that were absolute leaders. You know, there's something that I just like to drop in here really quick about leadership and about management. It's interesting. When I meet with managers, I walk away understanding how important and feeling how important they are. And there's times I walk away from leaders recognizing how important I am. You see, there's a key difference in managing and leading. It's what are you trying to create? Getting people to understand, by God, how important you are, and therefore they ought to do what you said? Or are you leading by letting them know how important they are to you and how important and integral they are to your organization? There's a key difference. And as a manager, take time this week. Take time to look at your team and be grateful for the people that you have working for you. Be grateful for what it is they contribute. Be grateful for what it is that they do to make you look good. Be grateful for what they give back to you. And remember that when you ask them to do things, right? Be grateful all the way through. Why is it so important to be grateful? My friends, we take this time of year to be grateful and give thanks, but we should be doing that every day. When we build that foundation of gratitude in our lives, when we build that foundation of thanksgiving and we live it out every day, aren't we really truly pouring into ourselves and building a more positive life for ourselves? Aren't we building a more positive life for our families? Aren't we building a more positive environment in which we work and those that work around us and the interactions that they have with us? Don't we end up seeing more opportunities in our day? Or do we see more problems? I don't think so. Because I think when we keep our minds focused on the positive, that those negative things, they don't seem as big anymore. They don't seem to be so overwhelming because our mind is so focused on the positive. I heard it asked one time very recently, what do you do when somebody really comes and sucker punches you? How do you stay so positive? And the response was, I go back and write down 100 things that I'm grateful for before I respond to anything. 100 things. And the response was, well, what happens if you still don't feel positive after that? Then I keep on writing until I do. Keep on thinking, my friends. Keep on thinking of those things that you're grateful for this week. Let it truly be an entire week of Thanksgiving. Let it be an entire week celebration. And maybe as we get through the end of the week and we get started into Black Friday, maybe what our focus is on what the true reason for the season is. And it's not about that thing that you're knocking people over to go get. It's in making people smile. It's in that love and that sharing that we really have. And it's in what he gave to us by coming here in real life. My friends, be grateful for this week. Take time to give thanks and let those around you know how grateful you are to have them in your life. I want to thank you so much for being here. Like I said at the beginning of the show, if you missed it, we'll be here Tuesday and Wednesday this week, but I am going to take Thursday and Friday off for the holiday, and then I'll follow it up back next Monday. For those of you who follow Brad Smith, the original Car Smith, on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., I will be there for that show, but I'm taking Thursday and Friday off for the holiday. Thanks so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you this time tomorrow for Chainbreakers 365 Live. Have an awesome day. Bye now.